Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first episode of Together We Rise. And happy and blessed Saturday for those who are on Saturday, and happy and
We
blessed
rise.
Sunday for those who are on Sunday. So, today we're going to be talking about the following topic.
Welcome together. We rise, live, topic, a global conversation.
Yes, so that's what we're going to be talking today. So, it will be a conversation between all of us here where we're going to be sharing a little bit about why we decided to start this journey, and what was the reason behind it. So stay tuned for that. But before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves. So, hi everyone, my name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently residing in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hi, my name is Patsy, and I am a mother of four and grandmother to nine. I am originally from Brunei. Now I'm residing in Edmonton, Alberta, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hi, my name is Miriam, and I am from Jamaica. I'm a registered nurse living here in the United States and working here. I am a wife, a mom, a grandma for one, and now I am a proud digital business owner.
Hi, my name is Sylvia. I'm originally from Zambia, Africa, and now residing in Canada. I'm a grandmom of five and four grown up children. Um, I've had my career as a history in hospitality industry for 25 years, but now I'm a proud digital owner.
Hello everyone. My name is Falak Shirazi, residing in Indiana, USA, mom of three. By profession, I'm an educator, trainer. Nowadays, I'm doing my online digital business very successfully. Thank you. Over to you.
No sound.
Thank you, everybody, for that introduction. My name is Elvira, and I am a woman of faith. I am here in Canada. I was born and raised in the UAE in Abu Dhabi. I moved to Canada, and I have been working as an administrator in an oil and gas field services company previously, and then I went on to a medical office assistant, and right now I am a housewife. So, yes, that's about me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone. So, welcome, everyone, and thank you for being here today. So, today's live is called Together We Rise, a Global Conversation. And what makes this special is that we are bringing together voices from different parts of the world, different cultures, different backgrounds, and different life experiences. We have people here from Brunei, the Philippines, Zambia, Pakistan, India, Jamaica, Panama, Kuwait, United, what is the name?
United Arab Emirates.
Yes. So, and beyond. So, and even though our journeys looks different, there's something that connects all of us, and that is, that desire to grow, to create something more, and to explore what's possible for our lives. So, today we're going to hear real stories, real perspectives, and show you what happens when people from around the world come together with one shared purpose. So for that, we're gonna start with our first segment is where did you start? Okay, so let's start here. We all come from different starting points. And I think this is important because many people feel like they are too late or not ready. So I love to ask my co-host here, where were you in your life before you started this journey? So anyone want to start? Well, I can start if you want. So for me, before I started this journey, I was working in the movies. Prior 5 years prior, I found this journey. That's when everything started. I started, to fill the long working hours. I work usually 12 hours per day, 5 days a week. So um, when I did it, I started this when I was very young. I didn't, even though I felt it, it was okay for me to handle it. But as I got older, my perspective in life started to change. So I started to feel that. I also, realized that I missed so many family moments. And I had to start thinking about, finding something that will allow me to have time flexibility because, I have aging parents. I wanted to be present for my aging parents and being able to take care of them when the time comes. So that's when everything started, 5 years. And I continue, I saw those digital nomads, but I didn't know how to, so I continue working, um, and hoping, I will find something along the way. So I try to find few things, but didn't work out the way, I wanted. So I kept working, and then I kept on that same routine, the cycle, working, going home, try to rest, and then the next day prepping for the week. So that was my whole cycle. So that was my life before I started this journey. So I was living in that cycle and not able to be present for my parents, and not and also, I was feeling, my health, um, because of the stress. I was taking a little bit of a toll on me. So I started to think about, taking, um, finding something where I will be able to do something that I love, and that will allow me, to be not stressed and enjoy it. So my health will be better that way. So that was my take. But like I mentioned, I kept working for 5 more years. So I'm gonna pass on to anyone who wants to continue and share what was your life before starting this journey. Anyone? Oh, you're muted, Falak.
Yeah, hi. So, I just want to highlight my why. Um, in 2014, I came to US from Kuwait with my family, and I had 16 years of math teaching experience. So I came with my experience, and I thought it will be easy for me to get a job and just pursue my career. But here there was a different scenario I have seen. So I have to go back to school, and at the same time my kids were small. So there were many challenges. So I thought, I mean, the things were not so smooth. So anyhow, at that time, I started thinking and start planning to do something as a plan B. So I should have something, like, I mean, passive also, so that in order to meet my requirements, to meet all the needs of, and I really want to help my family, my kids as well. And I'm also very passionate about education, to pursue and have master's degree from US. That is always my passion. So the main reason for searching something, I'm looking in the online space, is purely my education. And because in US education expenses are very high, you need many dollars, as well as you are running for your family as well. So that was my why, and thanks God, one day I saw an ad, and I click it. And finally, that was the best decision of mine, and I'm very blessed to be here in this business. And I'm trying every day and taking small steps. And I mean, I'm very happy with this journey, because this is my growth as well. And I have built many human connections, and I love it. And that's it. That's all about me.
Thank you, Falak. Anyone else?
Yeah, I can go. So, there was a time in my life when everything felt stable on the outside. I was working, providing, doing what I always do best as a nurse. But life has a way of shifting things when you least expect it. And so my shift was when my husband became ill. It wasn't just emotional for me, it became financial as well. And before I knew it, the savings we had worked so hard for were almost gone. That was a real moment for me and for us, because I realized no matter how hard I worked, one source of income wasn't enough to protect us from life. Back to the next speaker.
Hmm.
Thank you. Anyone?
Okay,
Patsy
I'll
or
try.
Elvira? You want
I'll
to
go
try?
for it.
Okay, go ahead, Sylvia.
Okay, I'll go for it. Okay. Thanks, Sandy, for giving me this chance to be on this platform and just to say a bit about my journey. What I can say where I was before I started this journey. I was at a point in my life where I knew I wanted something different. I arrived here in 2020, hoping that I could start something and not let my children decide for me. I decide for myself. But I arrived in the pandemic in the midst of the pandemic, and it wasn't easy. And I started anyway. I started doing a bit of courses to try and get myself into the Canadian system, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, as like many of you who have started in a new country and moved into a new environment. I found myself adjusting, starting over, and really thinking about what I wanted next in the season of my life. And it wasn't easy. And then I got diagnosed. I'll cut the story a bit short. I was diagnosed with the stage 4, and it turned my whole life upside down. I wasn't fighting for my future now. I was actually fighting for my life. But then fast forward, God has given me another chance. I'm here now, and I just don't want to survive anymore. I want more freedom. As Miriam says, you don't know what happens the next day. You just get up and there's something that comes, and you're like, where am I now? Where's my life? Who am I? What am I going to do? So I just started wanting to survive. I just don't want to survive. I wanted more freedom, more purpose, and more peace of mind in my future. That's really where my journey began. So I can say now that I've started my journey, and it's this online business, and it seems to be going where I wanted to go. So yeah, that's my journey before I started.
Thank you, Sylvia. Anyone else? Patsy or Elvira?
Yeah, I just
Yes.
go ahead, Patsy.
Oh, yeah. I was uh, before I was my husband is still working, and then living on paycheck to paycheck, and life seems no end, no end to this kind of financial stress, and no time to go on the cruises, and no time to go. And then until I saw my friend on Facebook, and it was a total change for me. I saw my friend advertise on the Facebook, and she share about her life and her life story. And then I was touched, so I got curious. I checked into her website, and then the story began. That's what I
Yeah.
want to share.
Thank you, Patsy. Go ahead,
Thank
Elvira.
you. Thank you. I just want to applaud each and every one of you who is gathered here, because what we're sharing is so vulnerable. And coming on such a platform and sharing it and putting out there, really kudos to you ladies. And yeah, going back to the question, where was I before I was in my life, before I started this journey? I was on a total different planet. I was not even in Canada. I was in the UAE. I was born and raised there, Indian roots, but born and raised in the UAE. We just migrated in August of 2024. So this August, we'll be completing 2 years. And, as you were taught all your life to do the 9 to 5, the normal rat race. Now I call it rat race. But before, as I said, I was on a different planet, never knew of the online business at all. So, in fact, I used to always get a little scared looking at that word, like entrepreneur. Like, how do you even pronounce it? Is it entrepreneur? Is it entrepreneur? Like, and just this the name is so big. I used to literally be scared of that whole aspect of starting something of our own. But here I am. We were For us, this business was really God sent, because when we migrated to Canada, we are doing the normal job hunt and CVs here and there, helter skelter. And then this business, like each of us just mentioned about how this ad just miraculously dropped into our laps. My husband and I, we had no option but to explore it, because what do? You're at home, you have we have our son together, and we have to have some coming income coming in, right? So we said, okay, let's try it out. What do we have to lose? And from there on, it is really has been history. It's been amazing, the journey. As we continue with this talk, this podcast, you will see how each of our stories unfold. Over to you, Sandy.
Thank you, Elvira. So yeah, so thank you for sharing that. And like Elvira said, this is very powerful because it shows there is no perfect starting point. And according to some facts, over 60% of people feel unfulfilled in their work globally. So if someone watching feels that way, you're not alone. So we are examples of that here. Okay, so we're gonna move to our second segment. So it is what shifted for you. So let's go a little deeper on this because the biggest change doesn't always happen outside, it starts inside. So our next question is, let's see here. What was the moment or realization that made you say, I need something different? And I'll start again. So for me, it was in 2023, so mid July, like end of July, kind of thing, or mid July, when I found this online business opportunity. And the reason why that was my aha moment, because um, there was a setback in my industry. It wasn't the first time. I think since I started my journey in the film industry, it was my third time. But the two prior incidents, the first one, I was very young. So for me, it was like, okay, fine, I'll find something else, to do in the meantime. The second time was during the pandemic. I was blessed that I was able to work during the pandemic, but the majority of members of my industry were not able to work during that time. Um, and then, it came 2023. There was a setback in my industry that lasted for the 6 months of the last 6 months of the year, which is our busy season. So that was my aha moment because I say the rumors were that it was going to continue until the next year. So I say I have to do something about it. You cannot only rely on one income stream, and that shows me the vulnerability. And also, like I say, I saw that prior to in my during my industry, I saw it before. So that made me think, like, okay, um, I'm already getting there older, so what happens if this happen again as I'm even older than that, so relying on one income stream is not a good way, to um, live your life because like that was a good example for me. So that's when it made me push me, like I mentioned on the prior question. 5 years prior, that's when I started to nudge on me, but I didn't know how to. I did see the digital nomads, and I was looking for a portability business, and the flexibility of time, and at the same time building that financial stability. But I didn't know how to, so that's why I kept working 5 years. But 2023 was my wake up call. You gotta do something about it. So that's when I started to look for things, and I was about actually to join another business when I found this online business opportunity, but this one came in. And the funny part is because I saw so many of these ads, right? But I passed them. But for some reason, this one, if there was like my intuition or guidance from God, it's a just watch it. You got nothing to lose. So I did. So I said, I pressed, well, okay, let's watch it, see what it's about. So that's when I found about this online business opportunity, check all the boxes that I was looking for and all the things, like the portability of the business, the flexibility. Um, and I also saw that global community, but we're going to talk about that on the next question. So I'm not going to go into that. But yeah, so that made me, to look for something and push me. And although for some people, this might be a setback in their life, for me, that setback turned out to be a blessing because I found what I was looking 5 years prior. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. So I'll pass it on. So who wants to continue?
Okay. So there was a moment I realized that the income is not sufficient. That is not my goal for whole of my life. That I cannot stick on this one income. So that was my start. That was the triggering point where I said no, I have to look something. I have to search something. And around my community I see, yeah, many people, I hear that, yeah, people are working in online space, and they are running, or whatever they, I mean, I have to look at. I have to that was my decision at that time. I said, okay, let me try. And I start looking. So I must say the biggest shift of mine was realizing the clarity comes through action. Now I have to put action on my clarity, right? So I started looking. So my action was to look and explore and see. So as I said before in my first answer, like when I start looking and learning, the things become clear more clear. And I was like, when I see this opportunity, I said, oh, so the biggest thing was it was flexible, and there was a community also. So I thought, if I don't like, if I'm not available the time, like when I can do any time, like the flexibility of hours and flexibility of location also was the biggest yes for me to explore it. And just that was really the need of time for me to just go ahead. And I just trust on God, and I just started. And you know what, the process was at that point, of course I was there were fears, there were doubts. I just start by the name of God. I said, okay, this opportunity has knocked on my door. So without any fear, I just keep all my doubts at one side, and I just started. So that was my realization moment. And to today, when I'm sitting here in front of all this all these beautiful ladies, I'm saying, what a lucky step. I mean, I did so good. So I know many people, and I'm learning every day, and that is my self growth, and that is everything for me. I am not worried about to achieve, I mean, over the night. No, I know I have patience. Since I'm committed with this community, with my business, of course my time will come, and I'm very positive on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Falak. Anybody else?
Yeah, I can go. So after that challenge with my husband, I realized something that savings, your savings is not guaranteed. And that's when I started to look for something. But as a registered nurse, I wasn't trying to replace what I was doing, but just a way to support my life in a better way. And for me, I have options and choices because we have contract nursing where you travel away from your home territory and things like that. But I wasn't trying to do any of those because, like I said, that would take me away from home. But like many of us, I think Elvira said that, something just dropped in her lap, and it was this online digital business. And what stood out to me wasn't the opportunity, it was the people. Back to the next speaker.
Thank you, Miriam.
Yeah, okay. The moment, the realization that made me want to change where I was. I needed something different, especially going through what I went through. And I thought, you know what, life is too short. I need to do something. So I got back on my feet. But as soon as I felt strong and started working, and the best thing I knew was hospitality, go back into hospitality kind of work. But that wasn't for me anymore because my body wasn't the same. And doctors told me that you'll have a relapse if you carry on doing what you're doing, and I had to stop. And I thought, now what? And it came to a point where I had to be honest with myself and ask myself, like, is this the life I truly want moving forward? I had to question myself and think, okay, be serious now, Sylvia. But life goes on when you don't give up. And I didn't want to keep living only on a survival mode, like I wanted something more meaningful, more flexible, and something that could create options for me in my life, in my future, with my kids, for myself as well. The realization really changed everything for me. It wasn't that I had no fear. I definitely had fear. Fear was definitely there. But the desire for something different became stronger than the fear. And when I started trying to remove that fear, um, being judged was actually um, making me grow, you know. I removed that fear and said, well, I'm going for it. And this is where I am. And I hope I've chosen the right path. Yeah, next person.
Okay, thank you, Sylvia. Patsy or Elvira?
Yes, like I used to say, I the moment of realization that make me say I need something different uh, is uh, is kind of a boring cycle, you know. Like I mentioned just now, paycheck to paycheck, and then dull moments, you know, always have no short of short of cash and having to pay mortgage bill. And then I needed something different, so I would like to face the challenge. That's what I do.
Thank you, Patsy.
Next.
Yeah. For us, I wouldn't say it is an aha moment. It was a hallelujah moment. Because you can just imagine when you come from another country and you're jobless. I think it also uh, it's very vital at what point of time that this business hits you, like comes to your face, you know, that your emotions, it plays in very well. So for us, we just came in, and when we saw this, we were like, where was this all this while? You know, where was this business all this while? And we even told that to the person who had, we had seen the ad, like, where were you all this while? I mean, just kidding. But we're like, you know, we told it like, because mind you, I came from an oil and gas field services company, and my husband was in heavy earth moving machinery company, which both are multinational companies and good paying jobs. So when you compare this with that, this business is top notch, really. And once we saw it, we couldn't unsee it. So that is the beauty of what we do. And the very reason that we are all here today doing what we do speaks volume of how we appreciate this business. Over to you, Sandy.
Thank you, Elvira. Yeah, I love that because, so many people think that they need to feel ready first. But most of the time, clarity comes after you take the step. So here's another fact for you. The World Economic Forum reports that over 50% of the people need to learn new skills in today's changing world. So growth isn't about being ready; it's about being willing. So again, I was about taking action, like Falak was mentioned before. Okay, so now we're moving to segment number 3. So, what has this community meant to you? So, now let's talk about something really important because this journey is not meant to be done alone. So, that's what we're going to be answering right now. So, I'm going to start with this one. So, going back to when I found this online business opportunity, and I mentioned, I was about to join another business, and then I saw this one. One of the things that really piqued my interest, besides the portability and flexibility of the business, it was the global online community and the mentorship program. Okay, in the other one that I was going to join, right, and to start, I had to pay for a mentor. I didn't have a mentor, so I had to pay for that mentor, and I only had that mentor for that period of time. So when I found this online business opportunity, I found out that I had a mentor along my journey. I didn't have to pay extra for that. And then on top of that, we have a global online community. So that was amazing. And one of the things that I love about being part of a global online community is that I can share, through my journey, there were two moments where I I faced some setbacks, early in my journey,
Oh my gosh.
and I was able to bounce back because of the community, because of two members of the community, who were able to make me understand. One helped me, to release my emotions. For what one was my ad was disapproved. It was my first ad, and I was like, oh my god, my I learned so many things from that. But anyways, that will be another topic. So today, because of my friend that we're not financially connected, I actually met her here in BC. And then we started to, working together. And then she was there at the moment when that happened to me, and so she was able to help me, bounce back. And then I was able to try to figure out, how to solve that issue. There was a second time in a journey. We always want things fast, and another member of the community was able to help me because she was ahead of my journey. And that's the beauty of the being part of a community, because someone is always ahead of you, so they can guide you. They understand what you're going through because they have been there already. So this friend from the community was able to make me understand that, I had to be patient with myself, patient with the business, and understand that, it takes time, and so that really helped me, because sometimes you need to talk to someone. And yes, we do have our family. My family, I'm blessed to have a family that support me, but there's other members in our community that they don't have uh, family members that they receive that support. So where do they receive that support? From the community. So that's what this global online community plays a huge role, because they are there for you to listen. They understand you because they have been in your shoes before, so they know how to guide you. So that's why, I'm blessed to be part of a global online community, and I think part of our success is because of that. There's so many things. I mean, sharing knowledge, and all that. But I'm gonna let my co-hosts to also share their experience. So who wants to go?
Okay. So, so So the main thing I'm here I must highlight is the community cooperation. Is this massive community, because half of the day, like more to 7 to 8 hours, I'm not available uh, to be to be a part of. Even I want to, because I'm engaged. By that time is already I have given to my job, right? I mean, so 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 what thing make me yes here? The global community. And this community is so cooperative and so amazing. What really made difference was the community being around people who support each other and grow together. That is my win. I must highlight, and I'm very honored to say, and I appreciate that this community helps me to grow every day. Otherwise, and create a momentum which is really required to be in this business. And secondly, when I feel at that time, I will not be alone. There must be someone, the mentorship and the coaches are available to help me whenever I need them. That was a really a winning point and make me yes. And that's what, if the community is not there for me like 24/7, I'm not saying that I need f 24/7, but I mean, that was the need of time at that time. And that creates a smooth spot for me to show myself that I can also create a positive impact to the community as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Falak. Anyone else?
Maria?
I can go. So the community, like Sandy said, and Falak, this is not a space where people hold back information. It's a space where people share. And, that's one thing that caught me off guard, even, because, um, you're always suspicious of an online business. But this is where my suspicion was, where because when one person learns in here, they pass it on. And whether it's learning a new skill, understanding how something works better, or finding a way to grow, no one is left to figure it out alone here. There's nothing, what do you call that? Gatekeeping. That doesn't exist here. And this was something I've never experienced before in my employment. So back to the next speaker.
Wonderful.
Mhm.
Thank you,
Love it.
Miriam.
Mm.
Love it. Love it. This part. I love it. Yeah. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What's been part of this global community that's meant so much for me? It, it's meant so much for me, honestly. I can't even tell the story how it has, but I'll just tell a little bit of it. I haven't mentioned earlier that my family, the people closest to me that I love so much, are so skeptical. They have actually distanced themselves from me because of this business and this community. So I'm in it alone, literally alone, except for this community that's made me come back to it, really. And they know who they are. There's a few people that have an idea about me doing this alone and not giving up. So when you're starting something new, especially later on in your life and in a new country, a new environment, you feel very alone at first, and this is why I needed my family, and they're not there. And I almost quit, I don't know, maybe about 4 or 5 times, but I didn't because of a few people, and they know who they are, that kept me going. And so being part of this global community has reminded me that I'm not alone. I always thought, and told God, why am I alone? I'm lonely, but I realized later and changed my mindset to say that I'm not alone. I mean, I'm not lonely. I'm just alone, there's a difference. I'm not feeling lonely anymore because I've got so many people like you guys to to talk to every day and learn something new. And I know I can speak on behalf of most of you, all of you, to say that we're not here to impress anybody, not at all. We're here to share, we're here to communicate, we're here to connect, and we're here to encourage everybody, to go up. And whether you're a downline or an upline, the downline can help the upline can help the downline. And that's what's the beauty of this here. No one's competing with nobody. We're all growing, we're learning, we're stretching ourselves and encouraging one another in any different form or way. And that kind of support is powerful. It is so really powerful. There's no such support anyway I've seen in any company, that no one is competing with no one like this one. We're not competing, and that's what I love about it. And it gives me the confidence, it gives everybody else the confidence, and it gives you more belief in yourself, and in the business. And it reminds me that your dream is still valid. If there's a dream there, it's somewhere there, you'll find it, no matter where you are and where you're starting from. So that's what I feel about this community. It keeps me focused and let me know where I'm going.
Thank you
Yes,
so
and yes, I would like to add on to that. The global community mean a lot to me because I happen to have a good mentor to help to guide me. And you see, my age, yeah, at my age, I learn very slowly. I when I started, I don't know what is ChatGPT, what is Canva. I learned from scratch,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
my
you're
mentor is
welcome.
very patient, and then I get forgetting, But the the important point is consistent. I show up, I consistent, and try to follow all whatever is given to me. So in the end, I improve. I now I can do all kinds of eh, things, technical, tech savvy. I can say I'm a better now at tech savvy, and I have a mentee to teach even. I so this global I can't express my thanks for being part of this global community, and especially I learned a lot through the interview the people. Wow, I see they're vibrant in them. They said the key point is consistent, just be there no matter what, and they can speak so well. Wow, they meet all the champion, So I'm very excited now to. I look forward to the interview.
Yeah, can I just add there for Patsy? Patsy, I watched your last interview with that lady. She is absolutely amazing. Everything she said, what she did, I think it was yesterday. Was it, what's her name? Maricia or something?
Marie Chris.
But yeah. Oh gosh, she is
She's
fiery,
in our
powerful.
group, our growth tribe.
Very, she's really good. So that's nice. Like, yeah, very great interview.
Yeah, as you can see, we're just so in awe of this business, this community. So I would like to talk because already the ladies already covered up most of the question with regards to the community in the business, about the business. I would like to just speak of it from my experience. When you look at the word community and you break it down, it just says come unite, come unity.
Oh,
That has
Wonderful.
really that has really done it for me in terms of like we being new immigrants in Canada. I know, like, because this business, because our community is global and we have around 277,000 and counting, 277,000 plus people in this community. I mean, it is amazing your reach. You can go to any corner of the world and just literally, if I just, close my eyes and I swirl down a list of nurses, I might just pick on Miriam and say, I'd ask her some nursing advice. I can go for hospitality. I can pick up Sylvia for advice in regards to that. Also, I know I keep bugging Sandy because when we were new, this is the first time we did our taxing because from the UAE we don't do taxes. So taxing was new to us, and I kept bugging Sandy like, what do we do? And then she told me about the T4A form. So maybe next time I need some educator advice, I will call up Falak, and or I need some parenting advice, I will call Patsy. So this is the beauty of it.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
mean, why restrict yourself only to a business? And again, when I say that, I also respect the person from the other side, that they, with the same vigor, zeal, and passion, even if it's a personal query, they still help. So we have really learned, and when you say, as I said, come unite, it's it's so warm, so welcoming, and you feel a part of it. To each and everyone gathered here and the community, we're so happy to be a part of this community. Thank you so much. Over to you, Sandy.
Thank you, Elvira. Yeah, so having a global online community, that's the difference because, when you're surrounded by people who are growing, you grow differently, and some studies show that people in supportive environments are far more likely to stay consistent and reach their goals. And that's what we're seeing here, people rising together. Okay, so let's move to our last segment. So, what would you say to someone watching? Okay, so let's bring this home, okay? Because there might be someone watching right now quietly thinking, that sounds like me. So, what can you say, or what would you say to someone who is curious but unsure? So, I can say this, if you feel curious but unsure, that feelings, honor that feeling because instead of dismissing it, curiosity is the doorway to growth. Okay, so on the other side of that curiosity, there's growth. And it's also the beginning of new possibilities because you never know what is on the other side. It might be the change that you're looking for. And also, it's the first step towards the transformation. For many of us, yes, we were looking for building, financial stability, but what we found first was growth. That was one of the first results that we received, the self development, in ourselves. So you don't need certainty to start exploring. You only need that courage to stay open and having the patience to learn. So that's one of the things that I learned in this journey. So sometimes the life you're meant to build begins with a simple decision. So to follow your curiosity one step at a time. So anyone else wants to add something else to someone who's curious and watching us on the other side of the screen?
Uh,
Okay. I would say if someone who is curious but unsure, so there's a simple message. Um, do not be negative. Be positive, and the things will be more clear once you join. Because sometimes the things works differently. What we assume, practicality is different. So my message is to anyone, if you have intention and just open to learn. I mean, be available, make yourself available, just trust the system, and community is there. Our community is also one of the I must say a flexibility to learning skill is there, and our automation system. So there are step by step guidance, and we have 24/7 mentorship and coaches available. So you don't need to worry about, you don't have to figure out everything in a day or a week or a month. It's your pace, and you have to learn according to your pace, and it is very flexible. Plus you have to be focused, you have to show up no matter what. You have to be available and open for learning. That's the only tip. And we have life sharing examples as well. Many people, those who have I mean, reached to their successive goals, they are sharing their journeys. That and that is also a role model for us, to be consistent, to to just follow the footsteps. I mean, that's what I want to say. I mean, do be positive, be optimistic, and when you have clear your mindset, of course, the win is yours. This platform has a great potential. If I can do it, of course you can do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Falak.
Okay, so passing it forward. And now, what means the most to me is being able to do the same for others, to share, to guide, to support someone who may be in the same place I once was. They're feeling uncertain, they're feeling a little bit stretched, wondering if there's another way. So I'm speaking to the woman or the man who is in a similar situation that I was in. And if you're feeling like your stability is one life event away from disappearing, you don't have to stay in that uncertainty, because what you can do is rise like us, like what we're doing, and you can help others rise with you. When you find the right environment like ours, the right people, you just don't rebuild, you rise. Back to the next speaker.
Yeah. Okay, what I'd say to someone who is curious or unsure, that would be me. I just talk about myself, like how I saw it when I first saw this is definitely me. I would say that don't let fear make the decision for you, because when you remove that fear of being judged, whatever the fear is, judged or tech savvy, or I can't do it, or I have no time, or it's too much for me, you actually grow faster. Just remove that fear, and then you start opening doors for yourself. You don't have to have everything figured out before you even begin. I mean, most of these famous people who knew nothing, look where they are today. They actually knew nothing. Oprah Winfrey was told how many times that she'll never ever be able to be a speaker, or look at her today. So we have that example of the famous people going through that fear and overcoming it, and just being strong. You don't need to be the most confident person in the room, and you don't need to know it all, and you definitely don't need to be perfect. Those are some of the things that I can tell someone who's watching, like I was thinking. Sometimes the first simple steps of just being open, just being yourself, just being authentic is also another good thing of taking away your fear, open to learning, open to growth, open to the possibilities that your life can still change, no matter what age you are. I'm 65 next month. I thought, there's no ways, it's not for me. This is not going to work. I'm 65. There's no such thing. I'm so used to old school man doing old school thing. My kids told me, "What are you doing? Mom, do you have dementia?" I said, "No, I don't have dementia. Why are you doing this?" Things like that. So I'm trying to show them, and I'm going to show them that it can be done. And if something has been in your heart for a while, pay attention to it. Just pay attention to what your calling is, because sometimes that little nudge there is there for a reason, but don't ignore what keeps calling you. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Thank you, Sylvia. Elvira or Patsy?
Yeah, and I agree with Sandy when you said curiosity is the doorway to um, is a secret to finding out things, and then to satisfy their curiosity. And I think I was curious, you see, um, and also unsure. Then, but I took the lead of faith. So take the lead of faith and find out, and is no harm in the you are learning, and you mustn't be uh, to hold yourself back, you see, and we are never too old uh, to learn, and never, like your age doesn't matter, as long your mind is clear and you're willing to show up consistently and learn, and that's all.
Thank you, Patsy.
Okay. So, what would I say to someone who's curious but unsure? I would say that's the best sweet spot you're in at the moment. Because each and every one over here, we are six of us, each and every one of us were at that same spot, same place you were at this point in time. But the only difference is that we all moved on. That unsure, we made sure that we were sure of it. So how do we do that? Get all your questions answered. There are so many, there are six of us here right now. Get onto our pages, see what we do, because we cannot tell a 3 hour movie in just, whatever, 1 hour or a couple of minutes, right? So we break it down for everybody, for them to for them to digest it easily, and the same way that we're giving it to you, the same way we have received it as well. So if I came in curious but unsure, I make sure that, that for you to bring clarity is upon the individual. Yes, we are there to guide you and show you, but curiosity also, the good part of the curiosity is it, uh, when knowledge comes in, that's powerful, right? So do your due diligence, make sure you do your homework, ask, reach out to us, but do not stay in that same spot. Make sure you move on. And we believe that whoever's watching right now, when we meet y'all will say that this was the talk, the podcast, the interview that you saw that changed it, and made a life turnaround life decision for you. Because even Sylvia spoke about the nudge. I would say that if something is meant for you, it'll keep coming back. So don't be surprised if we keep popping up on your page. Just welcome us nicely, and we are also happy to welcome you. Over to you, Sandy.
Thank you, thank you, Elvira. So yeah, so this is why we love conversations like this, because you just heard from people, from different countries, different backgrounds, different life situations, and yet the message is the same. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be open to something new. So if something resonated with you today, take that as a sign to stay curious, to keep learning, and to keep exploring what's possible in for your life, because as you can see, you're not alone. And when we come together like this, we don't just grow, together we rise, as we have all here. So So thank you, everyone. And if you want to learn more about this online business opportunity and being part of a global online community that motivates you, that uplifts you, here are three ways that you can get in touch with us to learn more. So you can either put in the comments more info, send us a private message, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have, or you can register directly into our websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch our free webinar. We do have free webinars twice a week. It's every Tuesdays and Thursdays at the same time, so 5 p.m. PST, 6 p.m. MST, and 8 p.m. EST, and 7 p.m. CST. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will have two links. The first one is to register to the live webinar. So that one will take you to a page where you can register to our live webinar. So you can pick either day or both. And the second link is a link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to our live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. So yeah, so we have a comment here from Vicas Villawares. So he says, awesome ladies, good work. Thank you, Vicas.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
the comment. Thank you for watching. He also gives a heart emoji. And also we do have like emoji from Abby Bataya and Joshua Payne. So thank you everyone for watching the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. And to our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. So we want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Saturday for those who are on Saturday, and a happy and blessed Sunday for those who are already on Sunday, and a happy and blessed rest of the weekend for everyone. So thank you again for being here with us, and we'll see you again next Saturday for another episode of Together We Rise. So thank you everyone. God bless you all, and thank you for
Thank you.
watching.
Bye. Thanks, Annie. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.